Hi dear students, welcome back to e-classes. Myself Santosh Vijay. Dear students, today shall we discuss about Model 5. The Model 5, the title of Model 5, Manufacturing Control and Automations. This is the first class for this Model 5. Let us start with automation in manufacturing, dear students. Introduction about automation in manufacturing. Automation is the technology by which a process or procedure is accomplished with the human assistance. It is implemented using a program of instructions combined with a control system that executes the instructions. To automate a process, power is required both to drive the process itself and to operate the program and control the system. Although automation can be applied in a wide variety of areas, it is most closely associated with the manufacturing industries. Automated manufacturing system operates in a factory on the physical product. They perform the operations such as processing, assembly, inspection, or material handling. In some cases, accomplishing the more than one of these operations in the same system. They are called automated because they perform their operations with reduced level of human participation compared with the corresponding manual process. In some highly automated systems, there is a virtually no human participation. Example of automated manufacturing systems include automated machine tools that process parts, transfer line that perform a series of machining operations, automated assembly systems, manufacturing system that uses the industrial robots to perform processing or assembly operations, automatic material handling and storage system to integrate manufacturing operations, automatic inspection system for quality control. Thus, automation is a technology concerned with the application of mechanical, electronic, and computer based systems to operate and control the production. This technology includes automatic machine tool to process parts, automatic assembly machines, industrial robots, automatic material handling and storage systems, automatic inspection system for quality control, feedback control, and computer process control. A computer system for planning, data collection, and decision making to support the manufacturing activities. The automation principles and strategy. Dear students, hope you understand about the introduction about the automation in manufacturing. Now we will move on to the automation principles and strategies. For a given production situation, certain causes and respect must be observed in applying the automation technology. These are the three approaches for dealing with the automation projects, which are number one, USA principle, second one is 10 strategies, third one is automation migration strategy. Now let us discuss the USA principle. The USA principle is a common sense approach to automation projects. Similar procedures have been suggested in the manufacturing and automation trade literature, but none has a more capitative title than this one. The USA stands for understanding the existence process, simplifying the process, automate the process. Let us discuss the understanding the existing process. The obvious purpose of the first step in USA approach is to comprehend the current process in all of its details, like what are the inputs and what are the outputs, what exactly happens to the work unit between input and output, what is the function of the process, how does it add a value to the product, what are the upstream and downstream operations in the production sequence, and can they be combined with the process under consideration. Coming to the second step, the simplify the process. Once the existing process is understood, then the search can be begin for ways to simplify. This often involves a checklist of the question about the existing process, like what is the process, what is the purpose of this step or this transport. In this, in this step necessary, or can this step be eliminated, or can the steps be combined, or can steps be performed simultaneously? Can steps be integrated into a manually operated production line? So such kinds of the questions are simplified in this process. So coming to the third method, automated the process. The once the process has been reduced to its simplest form, then the automation can be considered. The possible forms of the automation includes those listed in the 10 strategy discussion in the following section. An automation migration strategy might be implemented for a new product that has not yet proven itself. Now coming to the other 10 strategy for the automations. If the automation seems a feasible solutions to improving the productivity, quality, or other measure of performance, the following 10 strategies provide a roadmap to the research for these improvements. Number one is a specialization of operation. Number two, the combined operation. Number three, simulation operation. Number four, integration of operation. Number five, the increased flexibility. Number six is improved material handling and storage. Number seven, the online inspection. Number eight, the process control and optimization. Number nine, a plant operation control. Number 10 is a computer integrated manufacturing. Let us discuss one by one. Number one is a specialization of operation. The first strategy involves the use of a special purpose equipment designed to perform the one operation with the greatest possible efficiency. This is analogous to the concept of labor specialization, which has been employed to improve the labor productivity. And coming to the second step is combined operation. The production occurs as a sequence of operations. Complex parts may be required dozen or even hundreds for processing steps. The strategy of a combined operation involves reducing the number of distinct production machines or workstations through which the part must be routed. Coming to the third step is simultaneous operations. A logical extension of the combined operations strategy is to perform at the same time two operations that are combined at a one workstation. In effect, two or more processing operations are being performed simultaneously on the same work part, thus reduce the total processing time. And coming to the fourth step is the integration of operations. The another strategy is to link several workstations into a single integrated mechanism using automated work handling devices to transfer the parts between the stations. In effect, this reduces the number of separate machines through which the product must be scheduled. With more than one workstation, the several parts can be processed simultaneously, thereby increasing the overall input of the system. And coming to the fifth one is increased flexibility. This strategy attempts to achieve the maximum utilization of equipment for a job shop and medium volume situation by using the same equipment for a variety of products. Thus, normally that translates into a lower manufacturing lead time and lower working process. Coming to the sixth step is that improve material handling and storage. A great opportunity for reducing the non-productive time exists in the use of automated material handling and storage system. Coming to the seventh one is the online inspection. The inspection for a quality of work is traditionally performed after the process. This means that any poor quality product has already been produced by the time it is inspected. Incorporating the inspection into the manufacturing process permits the corrections to the process as a product is being made. This reduces the scrap and bring the overall quality to product closer to the nominal specifications intended by the designer. And coming to the eighth step is the process control and optimization. This includes a wide range of control schemes instead to operate the individual processes and associated equipment more efficiently. By this strategy, the individual process times can be reduced and product quality is improved. Let's move on to the ninth step is a plant operation control. Whereas the previous strategy was concerned with the control of individual manufacturing process, this strategy is concerned with the control at the plant level. It attempts to manage and coordinate the aggregate operations in the plant more efficiently. Its implementation is usually involves a high level of computer networking within the factory. Now coming to the uh, 10th step is computer integrated manufacturing. Taking the previous strategy one step further, we have uh, integration of factory operations with engineering design and many of the other business functions of the firm. The SIM involves the extensive use of the computer applications, computer databases, and computer network in the company. Okay, hope you understand, dear students. All these 10 strategies are very important for the automation in manufacturing. Now, coming to the automation migration strategy, this is one of the most important strategy which we involve in the manufacturing process. Moving to the competitive pressures in the marketplace, a company often needs to introduce a new product in the shortest possible time. The easiest and least expensive way to accomplish these objectives to design a manual production methods using a sequence of workstations operating independently. The tooling for a manual method can be fabricated quickly and at a low cost. If more than a single set of workstation is required to make the product in efficient quantity, then the manual cell is replicated as many times to meet the demand. If the product turns out to be successful and a high future demand is anticipated, then it makes sense for the company to automate the production. The improvements are often carried out in phases. The many companies have an automation migration strategy that is a formalized plan for evolving the manufacturing system used to produce the new products as demand grows. A typical automation migration strategy is following the below steps, which are named as a phase 1, phase 2, and phase 3. What exactly the phase 1? The phase 1 is manual production using a single station manned cells operating independently. This is used for the introduction of a new product for a reason already mentioned, quick and low cost tooling to get started. And second phase is indicated that automated production using a single station automated cells operating independently as demanded for the product grows and it becomes clear that automation can be justified. Then the stations are automated to reduce the labor and increase the production rate. The work units are still moved between the workstations manually. And coming to the third phase, automated integrated production using a multi-station automated system with serial operations and automated transfer of work units between the stations. When the company is certain that the product will be produced in mass quantities and for several years, then integration of the single station automated cell is uh, warranted to further reduce the labor and increase the production rate. So hope you understand the automation migration strategy. Dear students, now we'll move to the elements of automation system. An automated system consisting of three basic steps. Number one, power to accomplish the process and operate the system. Number two, the process of instructions to direct the process. And three, the control system to actuate the instructions. The relationship amongst these three elements is illustrated in the given figure. All the systems that qualify as being automated include these three basic elements in one form of another. Hope you understand this one. As we can see, this is the schematic diagram of the uh, elements of automation system. Forward to accomplish the automated process, an automated system is used to operate some processes and power is required to drive the process as well as the controls. The principal source of power is automated system is electricity. The electric power has a many advantages in automated as well as non-automated processes. Electrical power is widely available at moderate cost. It is readily converted to alternative energy forms: mechanical, thermal, light, acoustic, hydraulic, and pneumatic. Electrical power at a low levels can be used to accomplish the functions such as signal transmission, information processing, and data storage and communications. Electrical energy can be stored in a long life batteries for use in locations where an external source of electrical power is not conveniently available. Coming to the first step is a program instructions, dear students. The actions performed in an automated process are defined by a program of instructions. Each part made in the operation requires one or more processing steps. A new part is completed during the each work cycle. The particular processing steps of the work cycles are specified in a work cycle program. The work cycle consists of essentially one step, which is to maintain a single process parameters at a defined level. At a defined level. The process parameters are inputs to the process such as a temperature, setting of the furnace, coordinate axis values in a positioning system, valve opened and closed in a fluid flow system, and motor on and off. Hope you understand. Coming to the second step is control system. The control element of the automated system executes the program of instructions. The control system causes the process to accomplish its defined function, which is to carry out some manufacturing operations. The control is in an automated system can be either closed or open loop. Hope you understand about the basic elements of automation system. The third one is a process. When up to the feedback, the process will be continue. If the feedback is correct, the process will be continue. If the feedback is having some corrections, the process will, so again the process will be a repeat. Now coming to the advanced automated functions. An automated system may also be capable of performing some advanced automation functions not particularly associated with any work unit. These functions are generally concerned with the safety and performance of the equipment. The advanced automation functions are made possible by special subroutines included in the program of instructions. The table, as we can see, the outline particular advanced automated functions. Dear students, as we can see, the safety monitoring number one, which involves automation systems can be designed to operate the safety and the human operators are in attendance. The automation system must also work in a way that is not self-destructive. It therefore must protect the human operator and its own equipment. The safety monitoring involves the use of the sensors to track the system's operation and to stop the potentially unsafe working conditions. Based upon this monitoring, the system is programmed to take the necessary measures to counteract these hazardous met. The possible responses vary from the stopping system to warning operations or taking the corrective actions to remove the risk involved. And coming to the maintenance, repair, diagnostics, the complex equipment is generally harder to repair and maintain. The maintenance and repair uses the system itself to participate in the identification and sourcing of malfunctions and failure of the system. These are three modes: the status monitoring, key sensors, and parameters are continually examined during the system operation to detect the malfunctions or they might occur. Failure diagnostics, this involved to so that the causes of the failure can be identified. The recommendation of repair procedures suggestions for the repair procedures are supplied to the repair crew. Now coming to the error detection and recovery. An error detection and recovery systems uses an interrupt subroutine. This allows the main program to be interrupted upon the detection of an error so that a recovery subroutine may be run instead. In error detection, the system sensors determine, interrupt, and classify an error when it occurs. Three types of errors may occur: random error, which results from the uh, stochastic nature of the process; systematic errors, which results from an assignable causes in a material or equipment; and uh, aberrations, which results from the human mistakes or equipment failures. Collecting and classifying all the possible errors is the largest problem in error detection. Now we'll move on to the level of automation. Dear students, a level of automation, as we can see the image, dear students, this is the level of automations. So which involves as we can see, the level 1 is a device level, which is indicated that sensors, actuators, and other hardware elements. As we can see, the second step is a machine level, which involves the including the machines, and the third level is that cell or system level, which involves the manufacturing system group of machines, and fourth one is indicated that plant level, which includes the production systems, and step fifth or level fifth, which indicates that enterprise levels, which includes the description, cooperate, and information systems. So now let us discuss the one by one, dear students. The concept of automated system can be applied to various levels of factory operations. One normally associates automation with the individual production machines. However, the production machine itself is made up of subsystems that may themselves be automated. For example, a modern numerical control (NC) machine tool is an automated system. However, the NC machine itself is composed of multiple control systems. Similarly, a NC machine is often part of larger manufacturing system, and the larger system may itself be automated. Thus, there are various levels of automation is dissipated in the figure. Okay, now we will discuss about the uh, step 1, that is a device level. This is the lowest level in the automation hierarchy. As we can see, dear students, this is the lowest level. It includes the actuators, sensors and other hardware components that comprise the machine level. The devices are combined into the individual control loops of the machine. For example, the feedback control loop for one axis of a CNC machine or one joint of an industrial robot. Hope you understand. And coming to the level 2, that is machine level, the hardware at the device level is assembled into individual machines. For examples includes CNC machine tools and similar production equipment, industrial robots, powered conveyors and automated design vehicles. Control functions at this level include the performing the sequence of steps in the program of instructions in the correct order and making sure that each step is properly executed. Dear students, hope you understand the second level. And coming to the third level is a cell or system level. This is the manufacturing cell or system level which operates under instructions from the plant level. A manufacturing cell or a system is a group of machines or workstations connected and supported by a material handling system, computer and other equipment appropriate to the manufacturing process. The production line are included in this level. Likely functions includes part dispatching and machine loading, control coordination among the machines and material handling system, and collecting and evaluating inspection data. And coming to the uh, fourth level, that is the plant level. This is the factory or production system level. It receives the instructions from the he corporate information system and translate them into the operational plans for production. Likely, the functions include order processing, process planning, inventory control, purchasing materials, requirements planning, shop floor control, and quality control. Hope you understand, dear students. Step 4. Now coming to the step 5, uh, which is indicated that enterprise level. This is the highest level. As we can see, this is the highest level. It is at the top, which is also called as a fifth level. This is the highest level consisting of the corporate information system. It is concerned with all of the functions necessary to manage the company, marketing and sales, accounting, design, research, aggregate planning, and master production scheduling. Hope you understand, dear students. These are the 5 levels of automations. I hope you understand, dear students. Uh, automation in manufacturing. uh, Now I will stop this session with the level of automation, and left two topics we will discuss in next session. I hope you this session uh, was utilized for you peoples. Thank you.